Hello and welcome back to the Google Docs for Beginners. This is episode 5, and today we are going to go over some of the menu items. We won't hit on all of them, but we will hit on ones that beginners should probably know and understand how they all work. So let's get started. I'm still using the demo video doc from before, so that'll be fine. Let's just start up here with the file. We're going to click on File and talk about some of the new things. Share is the first item that you see, and I really don't use that very much. I share over on the right side. It's easier to do, and sharing will be in a different video, so we won't spend much time on that. New, this is a shortcut spot that you can go through and create a new whatever, sheet, slide, form, draw. Open is what it would say. You would open a different one. Make a copy is an important one. If you ever want to work on something and don't want to mess it up, you should make a copy of it. And then you can work on that one you can kind of disregard if anything bad happens, you can go back to the original. I would encourage you to do that if there's any question that you don't want to mess something up. Sometimes people will share docs with you and it forces you to make a copy, and that's fine. That's just a different way to do it. Email, this is a way that you could email, but generally people do it from within the email platform as opposed to the doc platform. The next one is an important one. It's download. It allows you to download in different formats, especially important if you're wanting to share something and you don't know what reading capabilities your audience would have. PDF is always a good choice there that you can download something. The rest, I think, are self-explanatory. Beginners wouldn't be using them that much. Version history. This just tells how many different versions there have been. It's not used very often. Rename is just what you would think. Move will allow you to place it in a different place in Drive. Add a shortcut, just what it would be. Put it in the trash. Well, you should know what that means. Publish to the web is meaning that you're going to put it out there, make it available to anyone on the internet that has the link, or depending on your sharing. Document details, don't use much. Language, we try to keep it in English. And then the two that you kind of need to know, print is fairly obvious, but this is where it's located. And then page setup is a big one, and I do want to click on that and show you. It allows you to do certain things. You can change the orientation of your document from portrait, which is up and down, to landscape, which is more horizontal based. You can change the paper size if you're not necessarily going to print it. You can change the page color, the background of it. You can also change the margins, and this is a pretty big piece because if you're getting ready to print something and it won't fit, this is where you would make that change. If you have a selection highlighted, you can do those changes only within a certain part, but most times you'd be working with the whole document itself. So that's a pretty powerful tool, and it will come in handy, especially if you want to print. That is the file. Edit. We've gone over undo and redo when we did the tools. Cut, copy, and paste. You have to have something selected. Cut means you're actually taking it out and either putting it in this different location in the same document or a different document. Copy leaves a copy, and then you simply make that change. The other one, select all. That's good if you need to do something to the whole document, but I do use the Control-A shortcut there a lot more. The next menu is View. I don't use this one much, so we'll just come back to that on a different time if we need to. Insert. This is exactly what you would think. Everything that you see here, you would insert into it. And a lot of these are on the commands below it with the icons. So image is upload wherever you're going to get it. You can put a table in. You can put a drawing in from Google Draw. You can put a chart in. All kinds of things that you can insert into your doc. The key there is know where your cursor is. If I click my cursor at the very end, that's where it will go. If I click right in here, that's where it will go. So you have to be aware of where your cursor is when you're inserting. Format allows you to change things that you can also change on the controls below, like text. The styles of paragraph, that's more if you're doing a web page. You can align things, that's also on the controls below. We won't get into these others, but they are all possibilities. Columns is one that you might use too. So that's where they're located. Tools, things like spell check, Well, yeah, spelling and grammar, word counts, um, voice typing is found in there, the preferences. So that's just kind of where I think they should all be. They're tools to help you be more productive. Add-ons. Add-ons we'll cover on its own lesson. That will be its own thing. So I'll talk to you more about that later. And then help is obviously help. If you need help, you can click there and find it. So that's the top. We've pretty much gone through the doc. We've gone through the commands and the controls. Hopefully this will help you if you need help finding information. And we'll be looking forward to you on episode 6.